Link architecture. If you have multiple countries, it's a great thing. In many cases, you're hosting them separately. You can create a cool little grid like this, where you take all your products or all your different company websites or partner websites, and any affiliate marketers here? No? Nobody wants to admit it? You've got like 200, you don't allow them? Well, that's where the money is, folks. But some of them will create 50 sites around the world, and they put them on separate servers just to have a different address. And so do this kind of grid, you can start to see everything in green means we get a benefit when we link to each other. Where it's red with a no, we don't get a benefit. So this is another cool chart, especially somebody like a big company, to see you should be linking from the different countries. So just went through an exercise with a big company, a big travel company, had almost no rankings for Latin America. Went to their hotels page, linked to all their different country hotel pages in the local markets. Within 5 days, every one of those moved to the first page in the local search engine. All because we had a good PageRank 8 site that was similar content, but different domain, different Class C block linking to it. So it's very easy to see some of these global linking opportunities that often makes the difference of a site doing well and not. Along the idea of linking, so there's one other way to help send a signal that your site might be unique to a local market, is links from that market. So if you're trying to promote your site as being from the UK, get links from .co.uk sites. And the more of those you get. The problem is with most link farms and most link companies, we job it out to India. I'm not ragging on India, this is where we job out all that kind of work to. And they just get whatever we can get. You know, they get us all these .com, we're fat and happy because, hey, we submitted to 9,000 places and you got 500, but they're all .com, they're all second tier, third tier, fourth tier sites. They add no value. So if you're trying to get links to an international site, explicitly state, I want 80, 90, 50% of them to be from .de, from .com, .au for Australia. And it puts a slight little filter on the quality of the work that you're going to get back. All right? Any questions on links? All right, let's get into linguistics. Let's go through this pretty quick. We talked about the benefits of globalization. Localization challenges, different spellings. So we've got localized, and where I thought, Bill, you might have been going with the local language, is, you know, in which do we use? We use the Z and they use the S in everywhere else. So little things like that, football versus soccer. Seasonality is a big one. So we're coming into spring, so in the middle of our summer, it's winter in Australia. Government cycles. Right now, most Japanese people are getting ready to start back to school because their calendar year starts with the government fiscal year April 1st. So if we're trying to get contracts from some countries, we need to be acting on those sort of, you know, January, February, because the fiscal years are vastly different. So all kinds of things like that. It's just like if you're trying to promote holidays to a warm place to Australians, the time to do it is during our summer, as opposed to when we market to Americans just before the winter. So things like that we need to think about. All right, so here's an actual travel site and all the things that are wrong with it. So we've got things that weren't translated. We've got things that were wrong characters here. We've got different numbering that's wrong. There's some things we don't even know what it means because it's not proper language. But all these are things with just one toolbar on a travel page that someone had translated. And so, you know, have someone that knows the language and knows e-commerce to actually look at these kind of things, because this makes a very big deal. I mean, this is just one page and all these errors on that page. So keyword research. If you have international offices, please don't send your list of words and say, please translate these. These are the words you need to use. They're going to send them back right away. So if you don't know our market, we're going to go do our own thing. Educate them on the value of words. Things like that. Share best performing words. Share other markets. And don't translate words. Don't give a translator a list of words and say, here, put these into Swedish or put these into French. It doesn't work that way. Prime example, just the phrase America in Japanese. So America, the first one, 110,000. The next one is, these are all linguistically correct. They all mean the same thing, but it's vastly different. So let's go to a product. So here's this product, baby, you know, the Baby Bjorn, little baby pouch thing. This company was going toward Japan, and they actually used this phonetic sounding baby carrier. So 1,600 searches a month is what they were using on their website. But there's actually kanji characters that were getting 12,000 searches a month that weren't even on the page. So it's the exact same thing, but it was just linguistically correct but the wrong word. And that's why, again, you just can't translate, because this is what the translator used, as opposed to using a phrase that had more keyword volume than what you would have had for the other one. So do the keyword research and make sure you use the right word. Cool little planning chart that I like to use is something like this, where it just shows us vertically all the different words and shows the difference if we were to use, like in this case, the phrase notebook. It varies vastly. Even in Germany, it's 1.5 million searches a month. It's the biggest one, so we can use it, whereas somewhere like, you know, Spanish or French, it's totally different phrase. And a lot of times we'll use the incorrect phrase when we go there. So build a cool little chart like this and help you see the opportunities across different countries. Right? Again, organizing your words, fairly straightforward by product name, brand name. Look at all these different variations, because the words are the essence of your campaign, so make sure that you do this correctly. Localization process, cheap translation is just that. You know, you buy cheap, it's going to be wrong. It's funny how many times we as Americans, anybody ever been to English.com? We sort of goof on all the Asian language signs that when the English is wrong. Well, they do the same to us. You know, when we try to translate things for them. So, you know, it's the same thing. You know, translators don't optimize.